Well, welcome into the Core Report. I'm Zach Poff, and he is the one and only Christopher STONEBRAKER. Now, Stoney, we got a special today. We've already looked at some of the top seniors, the first-team All-Americans. So we're going to zone in on the first-team juniors this year. And, boy, talk about some stud ballers right there.
It is the end of the year, and we got the end of the year awards right now. We've given out the player of the year when Ben Simmons. We've given out the coach, who now isn't a coach.
I know, right? Crazy.
The MaxPreps curse.
It's worse than the Madden curse, baby.
Yeah. And then we've also given out, like you said, all of the All-American lists already. So the junior All-Americans look like a squad, as do all of the All-Americans.
And, of course, you know who we got to bring in. Our national basketball writer, the one and only Jason Hickman. Welcome to the show, Jake.
Appreciate the big introduction, as always, guys. Yeah, very talented group of juniors, and excited to talk about those guys today.
And Hickman, you know we got to start with the Junior Player of the Year, and that, of course, is none other than Jason Tatum. Now, kind of talk about why he was selected as the Junior Player of the Year.
Yeah, well, he looked like he was on the way to leading his team, Chaminade, from St. Louis to a state title. Got upset in the state semifinals, but that wasn't enough to really override him as our selection of the Junior of the Year. Averaged 26 points a game, 11 rebounds. Super talented guard coming off a gold medal campaign with USA Basketball last summer. Carried it into his junior year. I'm gonna say something crazy here, but just to give you an idea of how incredibly talented Jason Tatum is, would not be surprised to see this guy lead the NBA in scoring at some point in the future.
Ooh, wow.
Look at that.
That is a big one. Okay,
I like it,
I was going to say something a little later
Usually
on
I'm the one saying, stuff like that. So I like it, Jay. I like it.
Now, this next player, last year during the sophomore year, we did a Beyond the X feature. He comes from Bentonville, Arkansas. His name is Malik Monk, and he's known a lot for his high rising abilities, but also his quick Ray Allen shot. So tell us a little bit more about Malik Monk being on the Junior All-American team.
Yeah, well, when you pay your $6 or whatever it is to get into a game at Bentonville High School, you know you're going to get your money's worth. Monk is one of the most exciting players in the country, one of the real signature moments of this entire high school basketball season for me was watching him put up 50 points in a game at the Bass Pro Shops Tournament of Champions in January. Then less than an hour later, he walked out in a T-shirt and won the slam dunk contest absolutely effortlessly, didn't miss a dunk. It was really a non-decision for the judges. Spectacular athlete, spectacular scorer, and obviously one of the top prospects in the junior class.
Now, Jay, another guy you rolled with, and I love this guy, man, and that's Chino Hill's Lonzo Ball. This kid fills the stat sheet and almost averaged a triple-double this year, man. How impressive was Lonzo Ball, though, during his junior campaign?
Yeah, Mr. Triple-Double. He's going to take that title from Deontay Davis from Muskegon, who is a senior that will be going to Michigan State. But he does it with assists as opposed to block shots. A 6'6" point guard. NBA scouts obviously are going to love this guy at his size, and teams up with his brother LiAngelo to really make Chino Hills one of the most exciting teams in the country. Maybe headed towards the MaxPreps Holiday Classic next December. Keep that one on the down low there, guys.
Oh, keep it on the down low on the court report, which is almost impossible to do. Now, we always look at these first-team All-American lists, and we always like, hey, you need 2 guards, 2 forwards, a center. We don't really do that here. We look at, who had the best year.
The top 5.
The top 5. And but if we were to do the 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center, this next guy from Wesleyan Christian would probably be our center of the group. Tell us a little bit about Harry Giles.
Yeah, well, very versatile forward. And as I wrote in the story that accompanied our Junior All-American selections, the really scary thing about him is that he's still coming into form off an ACL injury. You saw him this year, kind of had a bulky brace on his knee and would look kind of tentative at times, getting up and do spectacular things, but still produced against one of the top schedules in the country, Wesleyan Christian Academy, finished in our top 15, and he was a lead dog on a very talented team, averaging about 23 points a game. So If this kid ever gets back to 100%, I think he probably will from that injury. No doubt that he could be our National Player of the Year and the number 1 overall prospect in the class.
It's funny that you mentioned that. The very first thing that I saw when watching this last weekend's EYBL highlights and Harry Giles with CP3 is that he wasn't wearing his big bulky brace. So to your point, just seeing him, and if he gets better and better, he's going to be scary.
And Jay also,
Absolutely.
too, the last guy to crack the list, and I practiced his name a few times, so I hope I get it right. Idris Adebayo. Now, the numbers he put up this year, ridiculous. Now, was this an easy choice, too, to make him one of the 5 first-team junior guys?
Yeah, Ed Adebayo, just an absolute beast out of North Carolina. He nearly won Player of the Year honors in the Tar Heel State, beat out Dennis Smith Jr., who's another very, very talented, highly regarded prospect in North Carolina. Put up 32 points and 21 rebounds per game. Kind of a small school star, but we don't like to forget about those guys on our All-American team. Got it done in a big way at a small school, and we wanted to recognize him for a great season.
Jay, plain and simple, you're the man, and great analysis as always, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Man, talk about a list.
That's a list right there. And Jason said it earlier with Jason Tatum, how later on he can see him being leading the league in scoring.
No pressure, Jason.
No pressure. Now, when you look at a class, a lot of times now what they do is they say how many one-and-doners are in a class.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they judge the strength of a class. I can see Jason Tatum being a one-and-doner. He just has that skill. You got guys like Malik. This class is super talented, and if you're gonna watch a dunk contest, watch a dunk contest next year, because there is kids from top to bottom that are just soaring.
And just what Jason said, Malik Monk did not miss a dunk.
Yeah.
How many dunk contests do you watch nowadays where you see a guy miss at least one try?
Exactly.
Malik Monk's like, I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna go down and bang it home.
Done this before.
The first time. Yeah, exactly. Well, that is all the time we have here on the Court Report. For Chris Stonebreaker, Jason Hickman, I'm Zach Poff here on MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports.